Thank you for visiting Past the Wire TV, the YouTube channel of PastTheWire.com.
Computing outside, Classic Empire, head-to-head, down to the line. Cloud Computing wins the Preakness.
Buongiorno, everybody. Saratoga Today with Past the Wire, day 37. We got Saratoga today, Saratoga tomorrow, Saratoga Sunday and Monday, and then that's a wrap. The meet is finished. So it goes fast. It always does. It starts fast, goes fast, just rolls, rolls right through. And before you know it, it'll be Saratoga next year. Really, time does fly. Certainly does. The last couple of days, we've got some good racing. Tomorrow, exciting card. Those of you that follow Kentucky Downs, which I do, and bet through Naira Bets, unfortunate that they have not yet reached an agreement to show and take bets on the Kentucky Downs cards through Naira, either at the track if you're at Saratoga or through Naira Bets. That's just unfortunate. It's one of the many issues in the game. Those kind of disputes over signals and prices and things like that is a very, very frustrating thing. And it's just tough for the bettors. But it's been that way since simulcasting began. So it's just unfortunate. Big shout out, Zilla Racing Stables. What can you say? All meet long, making noise, getting in the winner's circle one way or another. This time a horse, Boldish, they claimed for 40,000, run back for 70, 75, bang, in the winner's circle. Off the turf race, but smart claims, smart placing. They're just shout out big time, man. They made noise all meet long, got into the winner's circle, got the job done, and you've got to really respect and admire that, especially at a meet like Saratoga, which we all know is one of the toughest meets in the world to win at and compete at. So big shout out to them. Shout out to our friends at Amwager. We love them too. A lot of tools for the better, trying to do things the right way and make things easier and better for the better. Amwager, absolutely. And of course, Spendthrift Farm, who has, along with my racehorse, the probable favorite in the finale today, the 10th race, Lady Valentine, a horse who will probably be the favorite in the finale, probably deservedly so. And is one of the few horses on the card today that when watching the workouts, I was impressed. She's really, really working well. There are two horses in there I think that, can definitely be a lot of competition on the outside, Shug's horse and Chad's horse. Both look very, very good to me. But Lady Valentine, if I had to say the one horse today that's in that I thought was working very, very well, it would probably be Lady Valentine. But again, I thought those other two were very, very tough competition. But Spendthrift Farm, what else can you say? They've had a phenomenal meet. The official announcement for Yao Pan standing there, I believe at the end of this year when he retires, pointing for the Breeders' Cup Sprint, of course, is going to Spendthrift Farm to boost up their stallion roster, as we mentioned earlier in the meet, along with those other two horses that ran on Travers Day. I'm a lot more excited about tomorrow's card than I am today's card. And I'm also kind of happy that I didn't get a lot of, stop with those stories. You bored us. Please, no more. Who cares about the Plymouth Duster? Most people that had anything to say, it was positive. So Thank you for being kind about that. Looked over the card today. The good news is no rain. Looks very slim shot of rain, so that's good news. The races are on the turf as of now. Looks like they will stay there. That's good news. And we'll go to a couple of spots today. I was hard pressed to find spots that I really liked a lot today. I like a couple of spots tomorrow. I already started to work. There's one spot I like an awful lot tomorrow, and we'll get to that on tomorrow's show. So tune back tomorrow to Past the Wire TV, Saratoga Today. It'll be Saratoga tomorrow, but let's stick to the matters at hand for now. Um, there was a horse in the fourth race, the 9, Mr. Kringle, that I liked and thought was worth a shot to win right back. When you look at Mr. Kringle, gets Rosario for Lascano, which to me is a positive move. No knock on Lascano. He's a very, very good rider and a very good turf rider. But Rosario sometimes is special, and I like when he rides horses for the first time, especially horses I think are going to come. Well, I was going to say come from off the pace, but and I've said before in the show, I like him as much on the front end as I do coming off the pace. But this horse has only had 4 starts back off the layoff from 2020. Ran as a New York bred in a lot of open company races, a lot of stakes, tangled with Field Pass, Winning Factor, Scano when Scano was really good, Decorated Invader, kind of jumps out at you, Pixelate kind of jumps out at you. Those horses are all a lot better than these, and he really wasn't disgraced. But this year he's come back, and first time back, looks like he needed the race for John Terranova, and that's understandable. Then he caught a sloppy track, so I can draw a line off that in an off the turf race. Comes back in another handicap for horses that have run for 50 or less, because he did run for 50 way back when. One time, which made him eligible for those type of races. But they are protective races, and they're not easy by any stretch of the imagination. But he comes back, runs a nice second in one of those with a troubled trip, blocked, steadied, and then he comes back off that race and wins at Saratoga, where he's run well in the past. Comes right back with Rosario this time in a straight non-winner of 1, which is a kind of, I don't even know that you can say it's a step up from the 50,000 starter, because you've got multiple winners in there against limited winners in here. So it could be a little bit of a step up, or it could be lateral, depending on how the field shakes up and how you look at it. But really running against, I would say, similar. But I think he's very, very dangerous and eligible to win right back. That last race was August 5th. He's had time to regroup. 2 works since that race, both good, not phenomenal, but both good. But I don't think he's ever been a phenomenal workhorse, so that really doesn't concern me at all. Pace is always a question in these races. We know that, but I'm going to ride with him just the same, and hopefully he can, overcome the pace and overcome the wide draw for John Terranova and Joel Rosario. I think he'll be finishing strong again. He can move early too. He is that kind of horse that can make an early move. So I'm hoping that Joel pushes the button at the right time and gets Mr. Kringle home in the 4th race. I think he's a fair price. He'll be 5-6 to 1, and I think he's the horse to beat right back. There's other ways to go in there. Chad's got one that's going to be a short price in there that I'm not particularly in love with. Clement's got one in there. Danny Gargan's got the horse that's probably going to be the favorite. And I think Mr. Kringle is just as good, if not better than any of them, especially if he shows up again with one of his 8 races. And I think he can go forward off the last race. If he repeats it or goes forward off it, I think he's right in the thick of it. So We're going to keep things short today. We'll talk a little about the stake, which I thought was very competitive. We'll come back with a longer show tomorrow with more races to discuss for sure. But we will talk about the stake. And I'll say this, I jumped all over the place in this race before settling on one horse. And there's 8 horses in the race, and there were about 5 of them that I was on at one point or another. So, is that good or bad? I guess we'll find out at around 5:40 this afternoon. But I ultimately landed on Maxwell Esquire. And funny thing is, first time I looked, I was like, you know what? I'm against Maxwell Esquire. I don't like him. But the more I looked, the more I dissected this race, the more I decided that I thought he was the one that was going to be the most likely winner. He's a solid turf sprinter in a race that I think has plenty of pace, but not a lot of great pace. The 2 ships in from what I consider much cheaper races has some pace on the inside. Noble Emotion has pace, nice horse, was coming off 2 wins, got beat last time in a race that there was a ton of speed in, so he kind of got cooked and nailed and ran really good for the way the pace shaped up. But same kind of situation today, I think, going to get cooked again. Pulsate ran really, really good, 2 back on the grass, a closer, tried to get to him, finished in front of Maxwell Esquire, but I don't know. He just doesn't have that oomph to me. Looks more like a bridesmaid type than a win type to me. So I landed on Maxwell Esquire, even though he beat him last time. Maxwell Esquire, I think, had the worst of the 2 trips last time. Was stuck inside, swung wide, came, didn't get up, but has run well at Saratoga. It had 3 races back, won the first one, tailed off a little bit, but now has had time to regroup. Clement, I believe, points for this meet with a lot of horses. I think that's what he did with this particular horse. The 2 races last year at Saratoga.
Reach the starting gate. It's post time. Cold Front, the favorite, comes forward. And they're into the stretch. Cold Front put to the 10. Cold Front does it again. Right in the field of the Amsterdam.
Sorry about that little video issue, but I was saying I think he's still got some upside, and that's where I land. I looked at the 7 Holiday Stone, long and hard, not quite sold that he's good enough. And I looked at Maven and tried to make a case for Ward's horse on the outside, Maven, but I thought he would have to get into a tussle with Noble Emotion and the connector. And, that race at Keeneland kind of jumps out. The 2 races at Keeneland really kind of jump out, but I don't know that he's going to be able to clear off from these that way from the outside. So I land on Maxwell Esquire in that race. I wouldn't say it's an extremely strong opinion, but that's where I land just the same. And I think if the pace gets hot, he's going to be the one that they've got to hold off coming down the lane. But we'll see. But, again, not in love with the card today. Much more psyched for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure if things stay the way they are now that I'll be taking a pretty big swing tomorrow. So I look forward to sharing those thoughts on Saratoga Today tomorrow with all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Before the meet ends, I'll have another funny Saratoga story for you. We've got a couple of more good days of racing and good shots to go after. So we'll see how it shakes out and what develops. And like I said, we'll be doing some more of these videos at key times during the year and at key days and some key meets. So thanks for the support. Appreciate all of you that have watched, commented, and sent feedback. And hopefully we'll get through today and do some real damage mañana. So ciao for now. We will reconvene in the AM.
Nobody does it better.